Yeah, Rick, this time of year, I guess the sort of elephant in every locker room is the NBA trade deadline. And I wonder if is that something you typically address out in the open? And I also wondered, do you think this group's core has been on the court long enough for you guys to adequately, evaluate what you guys can be this year?
I like our team. I'll say the same thing I say every year. I don't think there's going to be anything. I could be wrong. Um, I typically don't address trade rumors because they're just that. A lot of the nonsense that's thrown out there, thrown out by, bloggers that are just throwing stuff on the wall, trying to make stuff stick. It's a dynamic business, a lot of money in it. We're getting paid a lot of money as players and coaches to deal with some of the external noise. And what you learn is, how to block it out and concentrate on, keeping yourself ready and keeping your team ready. And if you're a player, to continue to do whatever you can to help your teammates and help the team win. So, we'll see what happens, but, I'm really just focused on what we're doing here day to day. And, and once again, as I always say, I'm very doubtful that anything substantial will happen.
Rick, a couple of questions, if I could. First of all, I don't know if you had the opportunity to meet or get to know Elgin Baylor, but obviously a sad day for the NBA and all of us with his passing. Just wondering if you had some thoughts on that.
I do. I have had the opportunity to meet with him. I talked with him many, many years ago about the Clippers job at one point. He's a wonderful man. It's hard to fathom how great a player he was. And you look at his statistics and what he did as a small forward with not only the points, but the rebounds and everything else. But he was also a basketball lifer. He loved the game. He helped build the Clippers into a playoff team, back in the early 2000s. And, just a man that is universally highly, highly respected. So it's a great loss.
Thank you. Also, Maxi Kleber has, over the last 10 games, he shot the three ball at 50%. And this is a guy who early in his career was barely above 30% when he started out. So just was wondering about how he has developed that into his game. And did he change something, or was it just a matter of repetition?
Yeah, the adjustment is obviously the distance. The NBA line is quite a bit farther than the European line. But I don't think he shot very many European threes, or international threes, I should say, before he came here. So it was clear early on the adjustments he needed to make. There was a lot of work that went into it. Some of it were simple mechanical adjustments to create more power and leverage on the shot. But he's a tireless worker. He's put the time in. He's a guy that understands the importance of process thinking instead of results thinking, and the work has paid off.
All right, Mark.
Rick, when you have these situations and you only have 3 of them, including this one in the second half of the season, where you have 2 days off between games, how do you balance the notion of wanting to rest your guys, but also wanting to hone in on some things with some practice time?
Yeah, yesterday was a travel day, nothing yesterday. Today we wanted to get a sweat, but not grind too hard and work on things we needed to work on. So we feel like we accomplished what we needed to today. And, tomorrow is, it's one of many, many, many important games down the stretch of the season. Minnesota's a team that's playing better. They've beaten some quality teams in the last week and a half. Got to respect, their talent with Towns. Edwards is really amped up his game, and Rubio is always a factor. So we're going to have our hands full.